See the truth reflecting back in 1,000 different eyes.
Welcome to the Fathers Making Progress podcast, the podcast where we explore the power of fatherhood and its impact on families and communities. Today, we are talking about leading beyond the home, and we have some of our community fathers of the year. In fact, we actually have two of our community fathers of the year winners, Mr. Clinton Wray, who is this year's 2026 Fathers Making Progress Milwaukee Brewers Community Father of the Year, sponsored by the Milwaukee Brewers. And we have Ameen Allen, who's actually joining us, who's returning. Last week he talked a little bit about his resiliency journey, but he is actually our Community Father of the Year, from 2024, so he's going to be joining us too today. When we talk about community dads, and the importance of dads in community, this is just a really, really important topic. We also have our FMP host, our 2026 Fathers Making Progress host, Brother D-Rock, who's going to be joining us here today also. We're just going to talk a little bit about, hear these brothers' stories. First, I wanted to just, give a shout out to our sponsor, Community Care, who's also our community partner of the year. This show is brought to you by Community Care. And I want to say, hey, the FMP Awards is coming up June 19th, Juneteenth. Get your tickets now. So I wanted to roll into the stories. First, we just talk a little bit about who you be, who wants to get started, who wants to talk a little bit about who you are, and how you joining us today. Who wants to kick us off?
All right. I guess I'll do that. So I couldn't talk about who I be without talking about where I came from, right? So if you look on my plate on my back of my car, my truck, it's W-R-A-Y, that's my last name, right. 10, Wray 10. I'm the 10th child in my family.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So mom and dad kept going, and luckily they did. But I say that all to say that I wouldn't be me without my parents being a part of the community as they were. My mother started a kitchen, out of our house for Harambe when I was a kid. My father was the head of Federation Independent Schools.
Okay.
So they were part of the community and supporting organizations like the Commandos and things of that nature when I was a kid. And so my brothers and sisters, especially my older sisters, were part of the NAACP Youth Council, marching with Father Grappy. My parents went to jail for open housing.
Oh.
So my brothers and part of the community doing their thing, whether that's similarly, my brother worked for Pathfinders for years. So it's just, you can't grow up in that atmosphere. And all around, my brother was chief of police in Madison.
Yeah.
You can't grow up in that atmosphere and not feel the need, want, and energy to become a part of the community. So that's how I became who I am.
Oh.
My parents were together for 67 years before my mother departed. So.
Man, that's love. That's love. And that, folks, is what we call an African introduction. If you go over to the mother continent, that's literally how you get to know people by who they people are.
Right.
So it's like who I be. I'm Wray 10. So I love how you did that, and you just like basically ran it down like anybody who know anything about Milwaukee. He kind of ran down like black migration from the South. Folks coming up here, and it sounded like you just threw out every struggle that happened since the 1960s. And it sounded like it was some rays there, man. Loving and being a part of it, and just loving on our community. I appreciate you and appreciate you being here. Now we got to meet you last week, but hey, just introduce for those who didn't tune in last week. Shame on you. But if you didn't get the chance to meet this brother, man, go ahead and introduce yourself. Who you be?
I'm Ameen Allen. I go like him. Started from little kids at first. I was born with, I was raised by 8 sisters and one boy, being me. So I had to learn from that many girls all the time. One thing was at downtown, they had the square, what was it, Market Square?
Market Square, okay.
Yeah, I used to be down there all the time, and I used to go down there with my family.
Okay.
They were part of Cothi. dance
Oh,
company.
oh, okay, Kothi. Okay, shout out to Kothi.
And me and her, and Kothi and Fern Kalkner was the name.
Yeah, yes.
And my mother used to be teaching dance classes all the time. And then I had a little band I was playing with. Okay, I can't play a lick of music.
They just let you in the band.
Wait a minute.
We need somebody to carry this stuff.
All right.
So I shake the maracas or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Make like I was doing something, but all the rest of everybody was playing in the band, you know. So it was things like that made me a part of the community. We used to run down to the lake all the time.
Yeah.
The lake had a big track down there. Every Sunday we run at the lake, and I wasn't gonna get beat by my sisters. So that's how I learned how to run.
Okay.
And I learned how to run quick. So, in fact, I was on a team with Milwaukee Journal and Sentinel had a team.
What was a running team?
A running team, a track team.
Okay.
And so I was running a 440. I was supposed to be running I thought I was running a 220.
Okay.
I ran my tail off, you know. Needless to say, I came in first place at a 220, but I was running a 440. so everybody started running by me and everything.
So you out here lapping people. That's funny. That's funny. So you got deep. What I'm hearing you say though, you got deep Milwaukee roots too.
Deep
For
Milwaukee
sure.
roots.
Folks. Yeah.
So now that just brings me up to date from when I started this thing at the Marcus DeBeck Park.
Yes.
The kids, they come there all the time. You watch the kids play, and they don't even know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they know how to do the slides and do the merry-go-round and things like that.
They got their devices. They like this.
Yeah. But you teach them jacks and cans and double dutch and higher and all kind of things like that. Now they're all inspired quite much.
Definitely.
But it was really good going to the park all the time, and then they started wanting me to be there. So I was there all the time. So I decided to sell them candy.
Okay.
And decided to sell them candy and chips and soda and everything. So
And everything was reasonably priced too. I noticed.
Everything was 50 cents.
Right.
Everything was 50 cents.
Man, when last time y'all been able to get a 50-cent soda somewhere?
I didn't even know they still make quarters. I thought they got rid of quarters and pennies and dimes and nickels, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I mean, running over at Marcus DeBeck Park, running the traditional games, you know, and making like snacks cheap for children all summer, you know, and through that effort and others, you know, he became our 2024, you know, community father of the year. You know, he had attended more events than anybody, and he's just really active over at that park.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And last but not least, you know, we got brother D-Rock in the house. You know, D-Rock is.
I can't follow these two brothers, man. I should have went first. These brothers raised communities and neighborhoods, man. I just raised my little 6 kids and kept it moving, man. But I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas. I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas.
I didn't know that till just now.
Yeah, born in Little Rock, Arkansas, raised in Pine Bluff. My parents is all from the South, man. And we moved up here. My dad was a correction officer. My mom was a vet, so she worked at a VA. We came up here, Hillside, Apollo Village. I think Apollo Village now is called, I forgot what it's called now. But it's Apollo Village, Hillside area. That's where I met Belu.
Yeah.
Then we moved on where my mom resides at now. We'll just say on the Trays, right off North Avenue before Pick and Save was built and now closed down and boarded up. You know, but it is what it is. So grew up there, went to St. Anne's, went to that school there. And when St. Anne's closed, building community people came in there called SDC. Social Development Commission, and the person that was working there I went in and was talking to her about a summer job. I just remember going there. I always wanted to work. I always wanted to do summer jobs. And I went in there and asked her for a job. Her name is Tasha. And she said, well, you got to talk to that man over there. His name is Butch. I'm like, Butch? Okay. I was there wait for Butch. So Butch came in. Hey, yeah, go get a mop and clean the basement. I'm like, who? I don't even know your name. How much am I getting paid? Like, what's going on? Because, back in the day, man, we was always trying to do something to earn money, And I seen other things that we could have done. But my dad, like I said, was a correction officer, and I wasn't trying to go to jail.
I feel that.
None of that. And then I wasn't trying to get whooped by my mama. But anyway, end up getting a job with SDC for the summer, Social Development Commission, and that guy named Butch, was Charles Walton.
Okay.
Introduced me to his mom, who I didn't know was one of the huge people in the city of Milwaukee, which was Janetta Robinson. And I'm one of Janetta Robinson kids, man.
Yeah.
Yes, but then I had to flip back because it was a couple times they was like, "Yeah, you want Janetta Robinson?" I'm like, "No, my mom and daddy raised me. Like, we was the Cosbys on our neighborhood, My mom and daddy, it was really weird coming from down there to up here." And going to school and people saying stuff like, I'm going over my daddy house this weekend. We like, your daddy and your mom don't live together? Like, what's wrong with y'all? And they looking like, your mom and daddy live together? I'm like, yeah, they married. Like, that's what people do. And we didn't understand, like me and my siblings, we didn't understand that your name was different from his, but y'all brother and sister, we never got that. But now it's flipped.
Yeah, how much of time's changed,
flipped, bro.
brother.
They was calling us the Cosbys. We wasn't nowhere near rich. My mother just made us take our school clothes off and hang them up.
Right.
So we had 4 pair of pants on that 5th day. I was traded with my sister. Anyway, my point is, a lot of people thought what it was. It was a mirage. You know what I'm saying? Because my mama made broke look good.
Yeah.
And we didn't know we was broke.
As they say, Mama made miracles every Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Right.
And Daddy working. Everything's going good, man. And next thing I know, I'm helping out. I'm volunteering at the King Center. Well, that became kind of crazy because I wasn't even volunteering. I was fighting because I was mad all the time. And then I got introduced to Al Moreland, and Al Moreland taught me how to box a little bit.
Okay.
And then I met Homer Blow's brother. He was one of my trainers, and through that I met Homer Blow and started naming, all these different people. Man. They needed a DJ one time at the community center, and Mr. Walton Butch, go get them speakers and go get that and go get that and go get your tape player. Next thing you know, I'm DJing, I'm hosting, having a good time doing that. Janetta Robinson came through and she was doing her TV show, and somebody else needed another TV show. The host didn't show up one day, and they was like, "Hey, come here, read this." And I'm like, "Read what? I don't know how to read." Okay, let's make it happen. And I improv my way through that. Next thing I know, I started meeting people like Lamont Bentley, who was on Moesha. I started meeting different people. And that's my brother, man.
Yeah.
And meeting people that was in the industry and understood that what entertainment was, understood what being a good person was. And next thing you know, boof, D-Rock. So, man, but you guys raising kids and raising communities, man, I feel like the next time I'm going to go first. I ain't doing that.
Oh, no, man. Hey, but deep community roots, and this is a community.
Yes.
And it's funny we get you on this episode because D-Rock's appearing as our host because D-Rock, the comedian, is the host of the FFP Awards this year.
First of all, a pleasure being the host, brother.
Oh, man. Hey,
listen,
that's
man,
a pleasure
when I got that call from Ms. Cogs, man, she called me like, D-Rock, you know what? We want you to host. I'm like, host what? You sure? y'all want little old me? You know what I'm saying? And she told me what it was, 20 years growing, man, and all this big. So I'm honored. It's an honor of mine to be the host, and I can't wait to set it off and do a good time. Because I know Steve Harvey was busy and I know Kevin was busy, but I ain't doing nothing. I'll be there. We're gonna have a good time. Man.
Hey,
so I can't wait.
It's gonna be fire, man.
Yes, can't wait.
It's gonna be good
on
stuff.
Juneteenth Day.
On Juneteenth Day. On Juneteenth
Yes,
Day.
I can't wait, bro.
Tickets still available.
Tickets
still available. Get your tickets to the FNP Awards.
For sure.
Go to the website.
For sure.
FNP.org. Fathersmakingprogress.org. I gotta say it the right way. Fathersmakingprogress.org. So D-Rock, as a father, and first of all, man, you from Little Rock, man.
From Little Rock. That's where D-Rock came from, actually.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they couldn't call me D Little Rock because ain't nothing little about me. Don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I represent. That's how I represent my city, man.
But his brother might mess around and be my cousin, man. I'm telling you.
Might be, man, because it's that big down there. You already know. Yes, sir.
And we start saying Little Rock and Pine Bluff. You know, most people are from either Little Rock or Pine Bluff. But I'm telling you, like, you know, some of my family who are the Jaspers.
Okay.
They're
the
Little
Jaspers.
Rock. Yeah.
Hold on.
They're
I know
Little
you
Rock.
ain't talking about. I know you ain't talking about Julian Jasper now.
Yes. Look at this. They find out what
we raised up in the same church, man.
It's a small
Julian
world,
Jasper, senior, a mom, Gail.
Yes.
Gail, man, they're
Gail,
my peoples.
Yeah.
They babysit me. They kept me out of trouble.
Jeez, Louise,
Yeah, they're my
man.
big sisters. That's my big brother. That's a small world.
you
But he
hear
was
this?
just saying
That's
this
family.
about Chris Barnes and
Yeah, that's
all
my
these
cousin.
Dude,
Big-
it's
yeah,
a
big
big small
man,
world.
yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Gosh.
Yeah, the Jaspers, yes.
So my cousin D-Rock will be hosting
Yeah,
the
for
FFP.
sure.
There you go. There you go.
We family.
We all family.
We family, man. That's great. Yeah, grew up in the same church. Unity Missionary Baptist, Julian.
Unity, yeah.
Yes, Unity Missionary Baptist Church, Reverend Johnson Senior. I got to say that like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh,
Senior.
yeah.
You
Oh,
know
yeah.
What I'm saying?
Oh,
So
yeah.
That was like a grandfather to me, man. Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
So how do you balance it? You know, being a comedian and still doing good community work.
Yes.
You know, and just being a father. Like how do you walk that balance?
You just walk it every day, man. You know, you just be a good person. You know, I love my kids. I love kids in the community. It's crazy that we talking about the community stuff. I'm running to help Belu run a basketball league, and they was my age. I'm hiring the referees and firing the referees and making sure the coaches ain't smoking weed and drinking with the kids and all this type of stuff. And I'm a kid, you know. I'm telling the grown man, "Hey man, you can't do that." And they like, "Who is little dude?" I'm like, I work with Butch. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 15, 16 at the most.
Oh yeah, you
15,
young,
16,
yeah.
man, telling them they can't come smelling like that and drinking like that and blah, blah, blah. So I remember a couple times I had to, Butch send me downstairs, go fire him. Go fire the referee because they ain't got the whistle in their mouth and kids down there ready to fight. They got it, you know. So it was always a good thing that people put me in positions to be a better person in the community, and then having my own kids is just that's easy. You know, I'm being honest. It's easy being a dad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna throw it out there. A lot of people think it's hard. It's easy. It's very easy.
Elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Get up, go to work, show them who you are, be the example, and the things that you do. And I heard we was talking earlier. The things that you do behind closed doors, your kids ain't supposed to say that. They ain't supposed to see that. I'm sorry, they're not supposed to see that. You're not supposed to be sitting in the room talking to me when I'm talking to my guys. You're not one of my guys. You're my son. Go upstairs. Go in the basement. Go play the game, or go take a nap. Or go outside. That's a punishment nowadays. But you know what I'm saying? Going outside is a straight up punishment.
Sorry.
Dude, why? Why not to go outside and play? Because I said so. But I didn't sit around my dad and my uncles and all them while they was talking, unless they was talking to me. They'll call me and say, "Come here."
No, that was
tell
against
them
the
what I tell
rules,
you.
man.
You
We didn't
can't
do that.
But nowadays,
that was against the rules. You was out of
nowadays,
pocket.
you got kids smoking with their dad, drinking with their dad,
yeah.
kicking it with their dad, learning how to play dice. My dad didn't teach me how to play dice. My uncle did. My uncle did. And my daddy was like, "Why you teach him that?" He said, "Because he got to know it too. You know, you better not play it, but if you do get caught up in the situation, this is what it was." You know what I'm saying? It's easy because if you tell your kids how you stay out of trouble and they follow it, you good, right? But again, I was raised in church.
Right.
The preacher's kids was the worst kids, right? So we saw what they did, and my mom and them looked at us a little different than everybody else looked at them, and I ain't want that look. And the Jaspers, you know me.
Oh yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know Mama Jasper. She was
yeah.
She was a sheriff.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah,
She's the only lady I seen with a gun. That's the
Yeah.
first lady I seen with a gun on her hip.
Yeah, and Joyce wasn't playing.
She didn't play no game. So when I did get in trouble, because we, like you said,
Shout out to A. Joyce.
when I got in trouble, she was the first one that came and get me.
Really?
She was the first one that came and got me, and she looked at me with the face of disappointment. And this wasn't even my mama. I didn't want to see that look of disappointment on her face no more.
Wow.
So I spread that with my kids. I tell you got to talk to them, and then I realized this too. Like, the reason why I say it's easy. If you listen to kids, they'll tell you exactly what's going on. Just listen. Just listen. We talk too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Just listen to what kids want,
Right.
and then supply that for them. That's it.
That's a heck of a list, man. So what I'm hearing is, just taking the time. I'm hearing modeling, just giving children the space to be children.
Yes.
Because that, you're right. I mean,
Let them see you go to work.
That is what's missing.
Let them see you not cussing. Let them see you not drinking and smoking and doing all that stuff. Let them see a role model. And I'm not talking bad against no one. I've seen a couple of my friends seen their dads be pimps and drug dealers and all that. That's what they saw. Because guess what? That's what they end up being. Some of my friends didn't do that.
I think I'd add to that.
Yes.
Let them see you experience a relationship with whoever that significant other is, whether it's their mom or not, but with respect.
Yes.
So my wife and I have been together for 40 years.
That's an example.
I've been married for 36, but I've been married for 40 years.
I hear that. I hear exactly what. Yeah, buddy.
But I know that my son who is married, I see things that he not only wants to do, but I think he feels he needs to do because he knows this is what he knows is the right thing. I don't have to say anything.
You showed him.
That's it, modeling.
It's based off of the relationship that he's seeing.
Yeah.
Now, my wife and I, we started L3 Relationship Consultants years ago, which was our way of just stopping and looking at all the people that we love. And sometimes you got two good people, one person does something stupid, and they can't find a way through it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make both of them bad people.
That's right.
But we can't get beyond that to a point to where we recognize, okay, even if the divorce takes place, the communication even has to be even more intense because now you're not in the same household or whatever that looks like, but now you have to have even better communication. And if you thought it was hard when you was together, it has to be even better when you separate because the kids will suffer if it's not.
There you go.
No doubt. And I love that take, Brother Ray. I mean, because a lot of us do the opposite. Like you were saying, just like sometimes
I'm
we
free.
do the opposite. Yeah, I'm free. Just it's just my opportunity to walk away and wash my hands of.
Right.
And sadly, I don't want to just go into this. Oh, these kids today, but that's how we end up with some of the issues that we have now.
They see it.
Yeah, because it's like and I'm real big on co-parenting. For those who know, we got our co-parenting program. But one of the reasons why F&P has put so much stock in co-parenting is because of what you're saying right now. It's just like there, like so many ills in societies come from folks who do just that. Like it's just like I walk away and in a situation where communication probably needs to be strengthened.
Right.
I'm just washing my hands. In all communication. If I'm just washing my hands of, or all communication is just totally negative, it's like I'm undermining what's going on over there.
We believed in our sessions that you have to give them the best of the both of us, and what that means is that I might not be the best in math.
Yeah.
Now, and I can do math, but I hated math. I can do it, but I hate it. My wife is an accountant. She loved math.
Yeah.
Okay, so give them the best. I was history and social studies. She was math and science. It worked out for them,
right?
To give them the best of the both of us, right. And that's where you can't separate that just because me and you not clicking like we want to. We got to be able to. If you putting in first, when you say it's easy, it is easy. That's just like a relationship. People say, "How you stay together with all them?" It's easy. If that's what you want to do.
That's right.
And that's the part, the second part of that, if that's what you want to do, we have to make a decision that that's what we want to do.
Most definitely. And I'm hearing like
both of you.
Going back to the example too. Because I'm hearing in your example and your example just like this internal discipline. Like you said, it's just something I want to do, but it's just like I have these kind of non-negotiables that I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna walk by.
And I just want to make sure I say this too. So I this is what I'm learning in being an adult now, because I just turned an adult not too long ago. Just throw that out there. I wasn't always an adult. So what I kind of figured out was that everybody's different.
Yeah.
It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just different. It's just totally different. So I was married, did my 10 years. I got out. You hooked in for life. But my point is, it wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't always a bad thing when we got divorced. I think we better friends now. And
beautiful.
even when we told our boys, it was only two of them at the time that can understand. I was like, look, me and your mom, we're gonna separate, but now y'all got two houses. Now you're gonna have two birthday parties. Now y'all gonna have two people to talk to and blah 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 blah. Because at first it was just one. Now you got 2, and my kids like, oh, okay, we got 2. They didn't know, they didn't have a clue, but we always try to make it happy. And then I never talk negative against their mother in front of them.
That's right.
Try not to do it at all, but you know how we are. I mean, come on now, we sensitive men. We ain't gonna say it, but we are. We sensitive. But I never did it in front of her kids, and I always taught them to do that. Don't disrespect a woman in front of me. Don't do it in front of me. Now, when you live with your boys or whatever, that's cool, and it's not cool. But be an example. Don't be them. Don't do them. Do different. I'm not telling you to. I don't want you to be a thug. I don't want you to go to prison. I don't want you to be gay. I don't want you to do none of this. But if you do, be different. Be all the way different. But understand what the morals are. You got to have morals, son. If it don't feel good, guess what? It's probably not good. And my daddy used to tell me that. When it wasn't like I didn't get in trouble. It was just I knew what to do to get out of trouble. I was in. It's a couple of cats that's in prison right now, and I was with them. The only difference is my daddy told them when they get ready to do something stupid, I need you to say you got to go to the bathroom. And you stay in that bathroom until they leave. And that's why I figured out what a porta potty was. Like, for real. Like, how your guy gonna tell you can't go to the bathroom? Bro, I know we finna stick up the store, but I got to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, and my dad used to always tell me that, though. And I got out of it, and they got in prison. I had Terrell, my guy went to St. Louis. He got killed. Because he was, in the wrong crowd. One day he was doing the wrong thing. He was in the wrong crowd. Somebody took him somewhere, and they thought he was the bodyguard, so they killed him first and all this type of stuff. But everything happens for a reason, and you learn from the mistakes. But at the end of the day, you just got to understand that sometimes you can be wrong and be okay with it. You know what I mean? It's like, just be different, bro.
Right, just be different. And I'm hearing a lot in that. It's just like, being your own person and making your own path.
Yeah.
And, but not necessarily just folding the peer pressure, Sadly, I just know so many people who ended up in prison.
For somebody
ended
else.
Up in the grave. Well, for somebody else, what I'm saying is like the biggest crime they ever had, and it sounds like you're saying this happened to your boy in St. Louis, but the biggest crime they ever had was just being cool and being somebody that people liked.
Thank you. That's it.
That was the biggest. Yeah,
that's all it is. And the only difference between me, like I said, it just became a situation that I was like, that's gonna land me in prison. That's gonna land me in prison. Like I always had that dad to say, okay, you got one phone call, don't call me. You better call your mama. Don't call me. And it was
that's real.
It only took me once or twice to understand that. And I'm like,
it took me once.
This ain't where when you sitting in front. And I give a shout out to Judge Carl. What's Carl last name?
Ashley.
Carl Ashley.
Judge Ashley.
Listen,
shout out Judge Ashley.
Listen, man.
Shout out to him.
That man,
that's who I go to church with.
I was standing in front of that man. He looked at me. He said, "Listen here, boy. Let me tell you something. You come back in my courtroom, you ain't gonna never come back to my courtroom." And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what it meant.
You weren't trying to find out
then,
either.
No. He told me to sit down. So they didn't give me my sentence. They told me to sit down. And I think it was like 2 or 3 other things happened after that. He gave one dude no. And then he was telling, he said this in court. He said, "I'm not giving you anything. I'm giving you what you deserve, what you earned. This is what you earned." Gave one dude 20. Gave one dude 19. Gave another dude, and these they same age as me. So when he came back to me and talking about 13 months, I'm like, "Sir, I'll never come back here. Never come back here for nothing. I'll be right back." Kept me out of prison.
Hey,
I'll be right back.
He
right
let
back.
you see it.
Yeah.
That was like,
And then let you understand what he meant.
What he meant. Yeah. You come back in my courtroom.
Wow,
You ain't
that's
worried
powerful.
about coming back in my courtroom no more. I just seen him not too long. I did a party for a friend, and he was there representing the family. And I told him the story. He's like, "Yep, that sounds like me."
That's a good brother right there.
Remember it, but and my son wanted to be a judge. Matter of fact, my son told me he wanted to be Uncle Phil. I never knew what that meant. I'm like, "Uncle Phil? We ain't got no uncle named Phil." Never knew he was talking about the Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
And knowing that he was a judge. My son told me that when he was 6, 7 years old.
Hey, good role model. Good role model.
Yeah, and I'm trying to still stir him back in that situation. But yeah, it's just.
But I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the back. It's like that's those things that you don't like. I
Get
said,
you out of it.
So many people just like I'll be right back, or I just got to go to the bathroom. Could have saved so many lives.
So many lives.
That could have saved so many.
A lot
lives.
of these
That's
kids
a lot.
now, they out here, they following each other. They doing these, 1,000 kids in the street. That's following.
Yeah.
That's following. I tell my kids all the time, okay, go if you want to. They take your car. Don't call me because you know you ain't getting my keys. I ain't got no money to get your car out the bail. I can't do it.
So we talking about role models, brother Clint Wray. I mean, you've been a good father figure to your own, of course.
Yeah.
But you've also been a role model to a lot of younger adults, through some of the job programs and some of the stuff. Like, tell me a little bit about that experience. Just being able to like mentor young adults through some of your more vulnerable times. I came over, man. It's funny, I literally had people in the class talk about because like you said, sadly, it's a reverse now. Like it's so many young men growing up without
Single.
fathers or don't know their dads, or they got such a negative relationship with their dad. When I came to y'all class that day, it was so many, and I'll just be honest, one of the class members is actually who nominated you for the award. Wow. and they talked about how man, like that brother was there. Like I never had a father figure.
Wow.
So yeah.
I would say this. So you don't get to jobs work MKE and doing the things without the road and the journey. So I spent 25 years in industrial hardware sales.
Okay.
I was completely not in the role that I'm in now. Then I spent about 6-7 years working for Ameen as the head of Positive Outlook, which was under New Horizons Center.
Shout out to Salim.
That's what gave me the taste, right? When Michael Adams, our president, I know him from church. And so I met with them as they were planning to create jobs with MKE. Yeah. It wasn't my time, wasn't my season. As the years went by, I came on as manager, and it's been a journey for me to grow and learn. Mm-hmm. So the one thing that I'll say when you ask that question is that open to learning and continuing to learn, and having a humble heart, right? Jobs work MKE for me it's not so much about what I'm giving to them. I mean, yes, I share my journey, I share my story, all of that, but truthfully, it's a team of people that are committed. And when I said it wasn't my time, wasn't my season, everyone that has become a part of Jobs with MKE has been tapped because there was something about that person that enabled them to support individuals, human beings, adults, in a way that's not just about getting a job. Jobs, the people don't know when we say jobs work MKE, it's because jobs work to help people. A lot of times people will say, job works. No. It's jobs that work to help people. Yeah. And that's just the carrot, because it's holistic in terms of helping people. So when you talk about mental health, you talk about the financial coach that's there. You talk about the day-to-day engagement with our employee support specialists that are working to help individuals. So for me, what that has done is it put me in a position to listen, and to listen more intently with everyday lives. And I go back to I think I heard some people talking about that moment in their life when they flip from here to there, right?
Oh, the pardon me moment.
Pardon me moment.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Shout out to Josh Johnson. Yeah.
So for me, what that was when I was in my late teens, early 20s, due to misfortune, my parents lost our house. I lost my job. My car caught on fire. Inadvertently, my throws were thrown in the garbage. They were, getting ready to be washed. Yeah. So they was in a black bag, but they thought it was garbage, so they threw it. I didn't have no clothes. My girl at the time told me I'm going in the Air Force, so I'm going to California. So think about all that, fellas. The girl,
your
house, car caught on fire.
You ain't got no
job.
Clothes.
Okay, so it was at that moment. I know y'all hear this.
Yeah.
That I got down on my knees. I looked out the window, and I looked at the moon because it was nighttime and it was a full moon. And I knew at that moment, I thought about it, and I went scientific on the job. I wasn't as spiritual, but it was spiritual for me. It was a spiritual moment. Without that moon, the waves don't ebb and flow. Without the waves ebbing and flowing, we don't have trees getting the water. without the trees and all of that, we don't have food. It was too perfect to be an accident. The moon and the sun, all in this space. So I said, those are your keys, Lord. Let me give you back your keys to my life. That's what did it for me. And that's what enables me to go to jobs, work MKE, even on the good and the bad days, and listen. Because I'm not driving. He is.
Wow.
Profound. That was.
Man.
You ever get in the car with somebody and it's your car, but they telling you side seat driving, they telling you where to go?
Oh man, my wife do it to me all the time.
That's what we do to God when we think we driving our lives.
Wow.
That's what we do unto God. We side seat driving.
God, I'm trying to go this way. I'm trying to go this way.
Right.
You know where you going.
I know, yeah.
Just listen.
Just sit back and chill and
Just listen.
Enjoy the ride.
So I had to give him back the keys. No, I ain't saying everything was pitch perfect, but my life changed at that moment. That was that moment. And so I'm continuing to have those moments. And when we talk about fatherhood and things like that, one of the things I talk to that person you're talking about, they know that my niece lives with us. I'm learning how to father a not my child.
Yeah.
And coming to us at 14, that's different, right? My kids
Sure
are 32 and 29, about to be 30. So now I had this 14-year-old going. Now she's 17.
Almost
She's
starting
beautiful.
over.
She's doing her thing. But when you think you got it, that's when the challenges come into place, because you have to humble yourself again each time. And so jobs work does that. I had a young brother that called me during the pandemic. He was struggling on his job, and he called me knowing what the challenges was, to just come talk to him so he wouldn't lose his job. He came out and we talked, and he went back in. He kept that job. It's a challenge and it's a pleasure at the same time.
Wow.
I always say it's the hardest job you ever loved. That's what I say when it comes to raising kids.
Okay.
The hardest job you ever loved.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially raising a son to become a man.
Oh, my goodness.
Because you don't want to break them, but you just definitely want to understand. When you said, I always told my kids, they know, you might talk to me some kind of way, but you ain't gonna ever talk to your mama that way.
Never. I wish you would. Even to this day.
You ain't gonna talk to, and so that's where it's certain lines.
Binders.
We called, my wife and I called the 3 Ds and the 2 Cs. When we did L3 relationship, we had the 3 Ds and 2 Cs. There's discipline. All kids need discipline. As a matter of fact, they thrive on it. Yes, they love it. But it has to come with some direction, right? You need clear, straight direction, right? And sometimes you got two. When you talk about two parents or even one, we may not be coming from the same direction. Especially if you divorce, you may not be coming from the same direction. Ooh. But that's when we need discretion.
Ah, okay.
So we have to make sure that we're talking to each other outside of their view, their purview, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the 3 Ds. The 2 Cs is consistency and compromise. Because I'm not going to always be right, and you're not going to always be right. But we have to be consistent with our efforts and compromise every now and then to say, you know what, I did it my way last time. We're going to try it your way.
I love it. Ameen, it's when Ameen was the Community Father of the Year, we actually had a reporter who followed him around for a couple days, and when they wrote the article, they called him the MLK of fatherhood.
So that means you didn't whoop your kids.
They called it MLK. No, because the reason being is because basically like you should see this brother, man. Like I think he was like waking up at 4:00, checking in at work and working from 4 to like 10, and then going to the school and working and helping out there, and then he would go from the school to one of our groups and and sit in and be a mentor. Yeah, be a mentor to the dads there. And like some days we would have volunteer events and he would help out there, and then he would go to the park, and this is like all in the course of a day or two. Like so. Wow. So like what drives you, man, to be able to go out and do it like that?
I don't know what exactly drives me, but I enjoy seeing people happy.
Dang.
And if you're gonna enjoy people happy, sometimes you got to be sad to make them happy. So that's why I look at it. It's like what you were saying there about your kid. When he was 18 years old, my kid was 18 years old, and I had to go to court because he did something illegal.
Okay.
Sprayed the officer's car,
Okay.
with piss anyway. But
Oh boy.
the officer got real pissed off at him and said that he had a 1/4 ounce of weed in his car, which was a felony. So he went to court, and here he is sitting up in court, and I'm the only guy sitting there. Only person sitting out on the court at all. But I'm the only father out in that court at all.
Mm-hmm.
This is what, 25 years ago.
Okay.
So ain't nothing changed since then.
Nope.
One black parent out in the car.
Of course.
So I'm waiting for him, and looking at the stage. It was like a stage up front with all the guys walking across, all of them in shackles and stuff, walking, little slaves, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they looked like to me.
Mm-hmm.
There was only 2 Puerto Rican guys, and the rest were, every last one of them were black, in other words.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then they got done with everybody. They gave almost everybody that came by, they gave them 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. And they came in about to give him 2 years, and attorney comes out to me and says, "Now," he said, "Who are you here for?" "I'm here for Ameen,
Because he's a mean junior.
Yeah, Mean Junior,
Yeah.
He said, "You know what?" He said, "You're about the only black guy that," I'm serious, man. He said, "You're about the only black guy I've seen in here. And nobody comes to the court."
Right.
And so if you really want to look at it, that's the way it really is now. Nobody comes to school either.
Yeah.
I mean, the parents don't come for kids to have
Parent-teacher conference, stuff like that.
conference.
Not unless you got their cell phone.
I'm the only one, yeah.
So being the only guy there.
The only guy there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he gave him instead of 2 years, he gave $1,000 fine. That was it.
Go home because Dad was there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have to look at that. That was just one case of the way things really are.
Mm-hmm.
In school and every other thing. That you really gotta you gotta take off your face or your cover off your head and say, "Hey, we need to help out these kids."
Most definitely.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I do mainly. I help them out in some way if possible.
Well, man, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you all for everything that you do. I just want to say this episode again is sponsored by Community Care, and the FNP Awards is coming up soon. Community Care is our community partner of the year, and we want to thank them for sponsoring this episode. Don't miss your chance to celebrate these amazing dads and everyone else, at the FNP Awards, June 19th. Please get your tickets. Now it's time for the next segment. Guess who I ran into? Y'all?
Who you ran into, bro?
Man, I was out in LA, at the International Fatherhood Conference. I spoke at the conference, talked about co-parenting, and during some of the off sessions, I was down at the Laugh Factory, and I ran into Brother Gerald Kelly.
That's my boy.
Yeah. Gerald, man,
Great father.
Man, great dad.
Mm-hmm. And don't look him in the eye either.
Oh man, you might turn to stone, man.
He got the anyway. Go ahead. It's your story. Go ahead. I mess with him. I always throw that at him. Some hazel eyes.
Yeah, that brother. Yeah, they look great
to
me.
Fake.
Like, dude. Like,
My dad had eyes like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. But good brother, man. Community minded. We talked for a minute. We just hung out and talked, and that's what he's talking about. His father son comedy tour. When he talked about the work that they're doing with the homeless.
Yes.
And it's just amazing we have you here because just comedians who really just work within community,
Right.
and just spreading. It's almost like we're just talking about spreading love and laughter.
And I believe we share the same birthday. But that's my dude. Talk about. We finna watch him? Is that what we finna do?
Oh well, I'm gonna show the clip now.
Cool.
Tell me about what you're doing, man. You and your sons, man.
Tell them about what you're doing, man. You got
Okay. Well, hey, man, I'm Terron Edwards for Fathers Making Progress, man.
Yes.
It's all about
Yes.
positive fatherhood, man, with the man, Gerald Kelly,
Come on, get a shirt, guys.
Hey, part of
Come on, get your shirts.
the
Come on.
first father-son comedy tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, and they doing some good work for the homeless, too, man. He's out here supporting.
Come on, support the Father and Sons Comedy Tour. Support what my man got going on, too, baby. Come
Yes,
on.
sir. All right.
And this is a blessing, man. I appreciate being here.
Hey, man, I appreciate
really do.
having you.
And I was, as you said, I was honored. I was floored. Had no idea. So I'm grateful.
Well, and I'll tell you, most people who win FMP awards like that is their reaction. And I'll say this. That's why I love to be, even though I'm not making the decisions, I am making the calls and letting people know. And I love making the call to let people know because 9 times out of 10 is somebody who not only deserves those flowers. Well, they ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10, it's been somebody who not only deserves those flowers, but a lot of times folks don't necessarily even expect them. And that's a beautiful thing, man. And that's why we want to love on y'all, man, for real.
And I just want to say this, man. I just know all the time. Now that I'm a father, I understand how my father felt on Christmas, and it's okay. Because we don't ask for nothing, man. We just do it,
Yeah.
And it was crazy. My father used to give everybody all the kids $50, and we go to Kmart, and we get Mama the biggest gift.
Not Spartan Atlantic.
No, right, exactly. No, we went to Kmart, man. Blue light specials, and my dad gave everybody $50, man. And we'll go around, make sure we get Mama something. I got my brother something. I got my sister something.
Cool.
I got everybody something. And then on Christmas, man, we opening up gifts, and my dad sitting over there like, these suckers ain't buying me nothing. And I didn't, and we didn't even realize it. Or if we did get daddy something, we got him a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Or something to work. It was crazy. So now I'm dad, and I'm sitting back and I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it now, Dad. I'm sorry. I know he in heaven laughing at me now because he like, yep, told you he was gonna, keep living. Here's my dad, my uncles, everybody. You say that
keep living.
Keep living. Keep living, old man. And now that I'm becoming that older man, I'm like, Dad, this is what you was talking about.
There you go. Yeah, keep living. You hear that all the
example
time.
is good.
Yeah, you never think about what that means until keep. That's the most vague statement that you just get as time go on that you ever keep living.
We used to tease my pops because pops, like I said, he was 93 when he passed. So I remember we was singing Half a Century Man when my dad turned 50. He was 93 in 2017. So my dad was like 45 years older than me.
Oh,
But we tease him about his age. Dad, you owe Moses 2 rocks. And what you think he said?
Keep living.
keep living.
There you go.
Keep living.
Yeah.
Keep living.
But my dad showed up at everything I had.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
And that's what I try to do to my kids. I try to be there. If not there physically, I'm there mentally. Before now, hey, son, I can't be there, but you better call me afterwards and tell me how was it.
There you go.
But I'm always trying to be there, trying to be the dad that my dad was and more. And that's the hard part.
That's it.
That's the hard part.
Ooh.
The easy part is watching them do it. And then I had some great people in their lives. Their mothers are great. My mother, my family, everybody great. So that's why it's easy for me just to sit back and watch and see these young men become who they are.
That's beautiful.
So,
that's the most important part people forget.
They forget that.
I couldn't be me without my wife.
There we go.
Oh, hey,
There we
shout
go.
out. Yes,
There we go.
better
I couldn't
have.
be me
Yes,
without
sir.
my wife.
Yes.
Man, we are at the end. We done run out of time.
Man,
This is
for real?
Yeah.
man, believe it, that time flew with
that's
this.
good.
We didn't get through
That's
all the
good
segments and
conversation.
everything. But hey, as we close out, anybody want to any special shout outs, any special announcements, anything anybody want to throw out there, as we shut it down? As we turn it.
If anybody want to laugh, let me tell you this real quick. I'm not letting them go first again, because then no, I'm just playing. If anybody ever want to laugh, man, please go to my website. It's kasoyf.co. That's keep a smile on your face.
Keep a smile on your face.
I'm on Tubi. I got a Tubi special. One of the first comedians that started this Tubi special gave it to Tubi. I was one of the first comedians on Tubi. Still on there now, live and running. So please get out there and laugh, man, because we need laughter.
We need laughter.
We need laughter, man. Father's Day is the funniest holiday, ain't it? We sit back like, what? Y'all took mama all the way over here. I can't go to McDonald's. My son told me he was going to take me to Chick-fil-A on Father's Day. I said they closed. They closed.
And that's why we doing the FNP Awards.
Everybody in their eye.
We changing all of that. We giving flowers. We giving flowers to fathers on Father's Day Friday, and that's what we doing. So if you want to laugh, love, and cry, come on out on Juneteenth Day to AmFam Field.
Yes.
CD Rock. Check out the special. Anything else you want to add, Brother Clint, before we?
Man, I love the partnership with Fathers Making Progress, Jobs with MKE. We got to keep working, keep doing what we do.
Yes, sir.
Take care of the people.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for what you do, brother.
Man, appreciate you. Yeah. Appreciate you. I mean, any quick closing words?
Just hopefully it'll come to my park.
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah,
Where's the park?
Marcus Dubeck Park. Over on 54th in Center, right? 54th and Meineke, Marcus Dubeck Park, named after the young man who was killed, unfortunately, in that park. But you know, Ameen is giving it new love and new life, and you know, we're there every weekend. You know, all throughout the summer. You know, old school games. You know, cheap snacks for the kids, all that good stuff. Playing basketball, and just loving on each other. You know, we doing it without Fortnite or the internet. You know, we just doing something fun, and that's new. You know, so community fatherhood is important. You know, as community fathers, it's like we in a situation we can't play man to man no more. We got to play zone. You know, we got to be out here. We got to all these kids need a dad and appreciate and deserve a father. So hey, until the next episode, stay present, stay positive, and keep making progress. Peace.
Fathers making progress, F&P. Every day I strive to be a better me. Whole lot of scars, couple felonies. I know a lot of gang, that's why they scared of me.